I'm over the mountains and I get out an engine out.
Something you never want to experience. Fascinating footage there of pilot Trevor Jacob bailing on his little airplane as he's flying over California mountains, apparently due to engine failure. And as you can see here again in some of that replay, he took a couple glances out and said, "It's the only chance I have to survival." So he jumps out. His plane ran into the mountains, as you can see there, crash landed. What happened to him once he dove out? There's some footage of that too.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Get me out of this. Get the off of me. Come on. Come on. I guess I should probably document what's going on. I cut my finger pretty bad. Got my elbow. I'm just so happy to be alive. I'm just kind of taking in what just happened. Well, where the hell am I gonna land a freaking plane? I'm gonna die. That's why I always freaking fly with a parachute. No phone service. I'm climbing literally through the gnarliest freaking bushes. I got so much poison oak and freaking cuts everywhere.
This story just keeps getting better and better. Well, luckily he did land safely despite those cuts and bruises that he sustained in that prickly landing there. Who knows where he was gonna, who knows where his airplane went? It's fascinating stuff. There's a plot twist though, NBC News talked about it.
The Federal Aviation Administration has pulled his pilot's license, saying he deliberately crashed his plane into the Los Padres National Forest in California. The key piece of evidence, a YouTube video he posted himself titled, "I Crashed My Plane." The viral video shows him jumping out of his plane wearing a sport parachute, something experts say is unusual.
They're not particularly comfortable. And as you sit in the seat, it puts you sort of in an odd position.
The parachute was just one of 9 red flags the FAA says proves the crash was intentional. He also attached multiple cameras in strategic locations on the plane. He opened the pilot door before claiming the engine had failed.
That adds drag to the airplane, which limits your the time that you have to glide to a landing.
The FAA says Jacob made no attempt to contact air traffic control prior to jumping and made no attempt to restart the engine by increasing airflow over the propeller. He recovered and disposed of the wreckage, and he recovered the cameras on the plane after the crash.
Thank you, God. Thank you, universe.
This was nothing but a stunt that was
Nothing but a stunt. Well, he's actually confirmed that as well, because this, again, Trevor Jacob, his single engine airplane crashed, as we saw there in the California National Forest. He admitted it, that he downed the aircraft to boost views for a sponsorship deal. That's what authorities said on Thursday. He's 29 years old and he made this submission in a plea agreement filed in federal court in LA. But why is he doing this stuff? Is it just for a couple million views, crashing an entire airplane? Honestly, still risking his life with that parachute jump there, even though apparently he's pretty experienced with it. But according to the agreement, Jacob had intended to use the video for a sponsorship deal with an unnamed company that makes frickin' wallets, bro. Wallets, Miranda. Wallets? What does that have to do with crashing a plane?
Do it for the gram. God, the idea of pulling a stunt like crashing your plane and the things that could have gone wrong in like doing this stunt just for some views so you can make some money off some ads for some wallets is unbelievably astounding to me. I won't even wear like cat ears on my stream for extra views for sponsorship money. The things people will do for ad revenue is absolutely insane to me. But yeah, see, he wasn't careful enough, and they found all the little pieces of evidence. Also, he was very calm. He was calm panicking, and I think that in that situation, myself or any other rational person, I would have been panicking way more than, oh my God. Like that was about the breadth of it, and I was like, you don't seem very panicked that you're about to crash and die in your plane.
I watch a decent amount of like crime, real life crime shows, not the scripted ones, but like the ones where people are maybe in the interrogation room with the cops, and maybe they were an accomplice in this murder, or maybe they are the murderer. And then they start asking them questions specifically about it, and they try and come up with a story. Or you see the cop leave, and you see them sitting there rocking, and they're trying to build up some kind of energy to sound like they're really distraught. And he didn't even do that part. Like, you're supposed to build up your acting. Oh no, my airplane engine just died, bro. Like, who you talking to? You're by yourself, man. But I don't know. I guess that's the least of his worries. Because by the way, the plane went down. It was a month later before then he released the video that he edited different parts of and put it together in like 15, 16 minutes worth of an entire thing. And then so in that time though, he was up to other things really fast though, because this is the cover up that intensified some of these charges that are against him. In an email to an investigator from the Federal Aviation Administration about a month after that crash, Jacob lied about not knowing where the aircraft wreckage was. As you saw in the video, he went back up to that wreckage. So according to that agreement, that's what it says. Weeks before, he'd used a helicopter company based in Paso Robles, about 120 miles north of Los Padres, to lift that wreckage from the mountains and put it into a trailer. Then he admitted to taking that wreckage to an airplane hangar he used in Lompoc, cutting it up and throwing it away. Jacob also pleaded guilty to one count of destruction and concealment. That's the part about chopping that airplane up and tossing it away, with the intent to obstruct a federal investigation. And that crime carries a maximum penalty of 20 years, bro. I don't think he researched the potential. Oh, look, my thing changed. I don't think he looked at the potential problems that he had with cutting up an airplane and tossing it in the garbage. 20 years.
Nothing says I'm innocent like I got rid of the evidence in multiple dumpsters around LA.
Nothing. And by the way, I looked this guy up too. Trevor Daniel Jacob. When I looked up his name for other aspects of what is that went down, come to find out this guy is a snowboard cross competitor, extreme sports athlete. I think we can see that part. And also he represented the United States in snowboarding in the 2014 Winter Olympics. This guy is an athlete and apparently has a bunch of other things on his page. There's a bunch of extreme sport activities and changes that he goes on about.